Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs and it is for Monday the 7th of July 2025. I hope you're doing well. Well, the cards are flying already. Let's get straight into it. We have the Shadow Dancer here, which is about shadow work. Shadow work is about recognizing that we are all things. All things are within us. Have you ever had a negative experience with someone, perhaps a parent, and they're showing a certain aspect of themselves and it's impacting you negatively, be that violence or whatever it is? So let's take the example of violence. So one of your parents is violent. They've been violent toward you, and so then you hate violence. It triggers you. You are not violent. There's no part of you that is violent. You are completely pretending that you're not violent at all. And that violent aspect of you, because we all have it within us, it will start revealing itself in ways that you don't want it to, right? And so it'll build up. So I'm not violent at all, I'm not violent at all. And then when you might be suppressing anger, all kinds of things, and then you get into rage and violence comes out of you, right? These things, when we try and pretend that we're not it, and I'm not saying that we're all like, you should be violent half of the time, I'm not saying that, but it has a power over you when you're trying to ignore that that's a part of you. And that this is like a personal example of mine, the violence part of it, because it turns out like I've got a lot of Aries in my chart, and I do have a fair bit of aggression. And when I can own that and see the positives in it and use it to protect people, use it to stand up against things when it's the right thing to do, use it to protect myself when that's necessary. Once now I'm owning that, I can have a lot of fun with it too. I love doing my Muay Thai training. Play fighting is just the most fun way of getting really fit for me. But that ownership of it, it takes away all of that sting. It doesn't own you anymore. And that's what shadow work is about. It's about not denying anything about ourselves anymore, because there's positive and negative in absolutely everything. And when we own it, we can allow the positive side of it to come through. But when we're trying to negate it, when we're trying to say, no, that's not me, I don't have any part of that. And so that's when it has power over us. And so the shadow work comes up and you can see it, the things that annoy you about other people, that you've got that within yourself too. Probably not doing it in exactly the same way, but in just, if you're trying to push it away from you, you're not gaining the benefits from it. So that's what shadow work's all about. Little class on shadow work there. So yeah, the clues are in what's annoying you about other people, what's annoying you about yourself. Or it might be just like really clear that you are trying to pretend you haven't got something going on about you. It can come out in declarations as well. I catch myself doing it. Things like, I never lie, and then straight away the time that I've lied popped into my mind. And the times that I lie, these days I've noticed it tends to be me changing the story just a little bit so that it makes sense to people that don't know about my gift. So instead of telling everyone the complete truth, which is I woke up in the morning that my guides had told me this, and so I took action on it, I changed the story. It's like that the night before someone told me, right? My lies are just to kind of get around the fact that a lot of people aren't open to direct communication with our guides. Perhaps I shouldn't do that, or perhaps I should, I'm not sure. Unique, but my point being, as soon as I declare that I don't lie, my mind goes, oh, what about this, Claire? All right? Unique. I've got a unique thing going on, something unique to you. And I think we're all a blend of everything in our own unique ways. It could be something that you've been judging in yourself, is what I'm thinking. You're thinking that you should be more like other people when you absolutely shouldn't. Recharge. It's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. Go for a walk on the beach. Get grounded. Put your feet on the sand or the dirt or the grass or rocks. Bare feet. Get grounded. Commune with nature. Gets us present. Grounds us. It has so many benefits, right? Okay. Let's get some cards out. What's going on today in the energies, please? Okay. came out yesterday. It's coming out as the first card today. It's a card of protection, protecting ourselves. Now, yesterday it was more about staying focused, protecting our mind by having like a real focus, a real world focus rather than on our phones or anything else. Could be the same thing today. Let's see. It doesn't feel like that was right. I felt like I kind of, you know, dropped them out. Anyway. I do like the cards that fly like that. Six of Pentacles. We have some reciprocation here. There could be some generosity going on. We're receiving something today. Open to receive. Have you been working on that? Open to receive. Page of Cups. There's some fantasy at the Tower. Okay. Fantasy thinking about something falling apart. So something that you don't like. I think this is connected with the shadow work. Your fantasy thinking that it's just going to be resolved by it falling apart. Like karma steps in, it blows it up, you know, so it's not there anymore. Now, that would suggest that there's something out there in the world that you think is not a part of you too. This is tricky, isn't it? Because we're living on this planet and there's so many different souls here, and there's some of them that are like, wow, they're terrible. Well, what are they doing that for? You know? There's racism, there's misogyny, there's wars. There's so much out there that I really don't believe is a part of me, but it must be. It must be a part of you and me. Can it just disappear? Please? Do we need to look at it and claim it as ours in some kind of a way so that we can... it doesn't have power over us anymore, perhaps. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands is about protecting ourselves. Seven of Pentacles is about investing in something else. Okay, so the shadow work could just be our distraction with these negative things. It's so hard, isn't it, to take our eyes off it? Can you drive past a crash and not have a look, not slow down and have a look? Very difficult not to do that. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see that gore. We don't want to see the war. We don't want to see racism. We don't want to see misogyny. But it catches our attention whenever we see it. We are so marketed to with fear because, and it works because we are so distracted by it. It is a safety mechanism. It is a protection mechanism. It is a way of survival. We are programmed to look at the dangerous thing that's walked into the room because to protect ourselves, to run away from it, to be aware of it, right? And in a simple world, living in a cave, you know, oh, a tiger just walked in the cave, I better be aware of that. It makes sense. In a complicated world as we have now, with media so that we can see anything that's going on in the world, from our room, from your bedroom, on your phone, it's not useful. Yet our bodies, our subconscious minds and our nervous systems are still programmed to look at the danger in the room. And so people are like, oh, this is what human beings do. I can get them to click on things. I can make money by getting them to click on things by poking that wound. So Seven of Wands and Seven of Materials is saying that you need to invest yourself differently. Yes, it's hard not to look. So what do you do instead? You get focused on something else. If you're focused on something else, you're not going to look, right? And this is why social media, like I only go on YouTube for it. Like YouTube is my social media, right? Because it's got long form, it's got useful things, it's got things that I can learn, and I am not being sold to. I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see the adverts. And I'm not being sold to. I can curate everything that I want, and I don't see stuff, right? There's no new stuff flashing up on it. There's none of that in mine, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. I highly suggest, if you haven't considered it, getting YouTube Premium to shield you from that. Now, can you do that? Can you shield yourself on Facebook? No, you can't. You can click not interested, not interested, not interested, and 4 days later, you will have a load of trash back in your feed again. They don't want you to opt out of it. They want you to be clicking on those fear-baited things. So what can we do? Invest ourselves in another way. know what catches your attention and where, and don't invest your time in that. There's honoring your energy behind that. So you got to honor your energy, really tune into yourself and feel what it's doing to you when you go on those platforms that you can't control in that kind of way. You can't curate it, and so you can't avoid those things. Feel what it's doing to your energy. The very device itself switches us off from actually feeling what it's doing to us. But if you feel it, feel that negative thing. Sometimes when I catch myself, bringing yourself back to the present moment, like we do in meditation, scrolling on my phone, and then I realize that I'm doing it, and I close Facebook down and throw the phone away from me. Often I'm going on Facebook to post something about my work on there, and straight away something catches my attention. There's a car crash right there as soon as I get on, and I haven't even posted my work stuff. It's caught my attention. They know how to do it. They know how to do it. They know how to capture us like that. So be careful. It's one of the beautiful things about living on this tropical island. Of course, we've got shops and stuff like that, but when you walk in the shop here and there's all the vegetables and fruits, there's not that marketing. You can go into that bit where there's the junk food. It's a small part of the shop. It's like opposite to the Western world. It's a small part of the shop. You can go into that bit and get sold to if you want, but you don't need to. You can just go to the real food part where there's no advertising. So I am distant from a lot of that. I don't, there's not like billboards advertising to me, flashing and stuff like that here. It's literally only online that I've got that negativity there, and that's tricky enough. So honor your energy, feel what it's doing to you. The sexual energy and ancient wisdom here as well. Now, sexual energy, what has that got to do with the price of fish? I hear you ask. Sexual energy is our creative force. We can either be pushed around, or we can use our energy to create things or create the life that we want, right? And we can't do both at once. We can't be distracted. Look at all that thing. You can't be a consumer and be a creator at the same time. Something to think on. You can't be a consumer and a creator at the same time. So get creating. Protect yourself. Invest your time into creating something that you want. Six of Pentacles. I'm finding that particularly difficult at the moment, working online, because I feel like I know that I'm working for the universe, but it's the illusion is that I'm working for an algorithm. I don't want to be working for an algorithm. I want to be working for the universe. So I have to remind myself, take a step back and talk to my guides. Yeah, get myself into that vibe of like, I can reach people. I'm not a slave to the algorithm. I can reach people with my energy, reset myself, work with the universe, and forget about the medium in which I'm doing it through. But it's difficult. I've got to keep on reminding myself. So Six of Pentacles, there's some generosity here coming through, some reciprocal energy. We've got the Devil, and we've got the Strength card as well. Okay, so this is saying like other people are waking up like this too. And like, how can we help ourselves? How can we help ourselves? These are the distractions, the temptations. How can we help ourselves be strong against those? There could be, well, reciprocal energy. So other people thinking about this too. You could be having a conversation with somebody about it, going, we really need better ways. People could be thinking about this and actually creating apps to shield us from this. They tried, didn't they? I mean, on my phone, there's the time limit thing. That doesn't seem to be working at the moment. I cannot be on my phone all day, and it comes up with a time limit when I haven't even been on it. When it's been used as a camera and I'm working. I don't know what that's about. But it doesn't matter. When that shows up and it says it's my time limit for the day, what do? Ignore for today. Because I'm using it at the time, you know. And so there have been like apps and things to try and protect us from that don't really work very well, and perhaps people are coming up with other things. There's a burden here. Is a burden. You know what? I don't think I'd be on it at all. I don't think I'd be on social media at all if I wasn't working online. It's a wonderful way to connect with the right people, but it's very difficult not to get sucked in with the marketing stuff. The Tower and the Page of Cups. What's this? This is like fantasizing that something's just going to fall away. It's like, can't it just not exist anymore? So that I don't have to try and navigate it myself. Can't war not exist anymore? Like, what the hell? It's like toddlers. Toddlers are having tantrums and like we're all getting affected. Two of emotions. This is about romance, love, can fantasizing about something falling apart. You know, that could be fantasizing about your partner losing their job, or, you know, if your love match, there's no more cards coming out. If your love match is occupied with something else, you could be wishing that that would like fall apart for them to get their attention back. It could be something like that. What else could it be? Or you could be hoping for a surprise, but it's more fantasizing about a surprise from a loved one, from a love match, from your partner, or from your beau, from the one that's got your romantic attention. There's letting go behind that, when really you should be letting go of it. So, are you limerent too? Do you get sucked into that? Do you? It's tempting to get high off attention on romance, on someone else. It's like you don't get the attention off them in person, and you can do it in your mind instead. Fantasize about them. You get those same emotions, you get the same chemicals around your body, and really it's like using an image of somebody to get high off them. It's not necessarily good for us. I think a lot of us have great imaginations, and we can use that to create. And it's one of our superpowers. And how it works against us is it captures when our attention is captured by something that we don't want, or when our attention is captured by us generating positive feelings for ourselves from a fantasy. Fantasies can be a way of tapping into a certain kind of an energy in order to manifest it. But we need to draw the line on ourselves sometimes and call it limerence, when we are like needing to recognize when we're using it to get high, or using it to feel better, to just feel better than better. I mean, of course, use it to feel better, but not to delude ourselves, right? So what about masculine and feminine energies? We are moving out of the patriarchy into balance. And of course, it's not going to start from the top down. It's going to start within ourselves and within our relationships. So we're going to figure it out. And then it's going to have this 100th monkey effect and, you know, be from the bottom up. So I am interested in masculine and feminine energies and this change. And it's affecting romantic relationships as well. So it could be about that too. So what about it? We've got the Nine of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. So this is about planting a seed almost, you know, for your wishes to come true. So you could be investing, starting something, or starting a dream for your wishes to come true. Now, with that Page of Cups, after that Page of Cups, you know, that is one way that we plant seeds in the universe, that we fantasize first and that seed gets planted. You won't necessarily get it through the one you're fantasizing about, but you might get the essence of that. So it's both manifestation and fantasy at the same time. Next up, we've got the King of Swords. Someone is gaining clarity here. And we've got the Ace of Swords. And aha about yourself leads you on a new path. We get clarity about something, and it's usually about ourselves, and it leads us forward on a new path. You're like, I know. I'll follow this lead. So the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. I still get this planting a seed for our wishes to come true here. The Fool. Just throwing ourselves in like a fool, not really knowing what it is that we're doing. Six of Emotions, past, and the Seven of Voices. There's some kind of deception going on there. So wanting to use our imaginations, Page of Pentacles, to manifest something, our heart's wishes, something that we'll like throw ourselves into and just go with. But this is saying it's something from the past, and it's not going to happen like that. So again, what I'm getting is today could be fantasizing about something, and you're thinking, yes, it's going to happen like this. It's not going to happen like that. You're going to get the essence of what you're fantasizing in the future. Yes, because you're tuning into that energy. But don't believe in the fantasy too much, that the details that you've got in the fantasy are exactly right. You can use the fantasy for the essence of that feeling and then be open to this or better, or however it comes about with whomever it comes about. Masculine and feminine energies will work. This is co-creation. This is a working on it together. And you've got to remember, as the feminines, divine feminines have been working for all of our lives on this, because we have been in this position of having to find this masculine feminine balance within ourselves all of our lives, because we were born into a society where women entering the workplace, or already being in the workplace, having to be in the workplace, where we're living in a patriarchy, so it's only masculine traits that get valued. The feminine traits aren't valued and paid for. So that in essence has forced us all the women, to have to look at the masculine side of themselves, be in the workplace with the masculine side of themselves, and then deal with the fallout within ourselves from that, because it doesn't feel very good to women to be like that, nor would it feel great to men if they lived in a feminine world to build their houses and do whatever it is that they're doing, but then be told, oh, you should be doing that out of the goodness of your heart. No, you also need to do a woman's job to actually get paid, like something real. Like if they had to work double like we do, like that, you know, following our calling of being a woman, but also having to do these masculine things too. Like if they had to do that, they wouldn't be very happy too, but they would have evolved much more too if they had to do that. So what I'm trying to say is women are ahead of men because of that. Now, we need to co-create with the men that are opening up to this. So the men that are realizing it, that are being impacted by having to step into their feminine more, to find that balance within themselves. So there's truth behind that. There's truth behind that. It's like, I don't think this part of our evolution is going to come easy. I think it's tricky. I think we're more involved in the patriarchy and misogyny than we think. And I think it's harder to open up our minds to what true equality would be like. I think it's even harder for men, the masculine, to do that, because they haven't been impacted. I think they're only just starting to be impacted by these energies. And so, all that being said, we just need to be available for those that are doing the work, the masculines that are doing the work, rather than, I really want to have a relationship with this one, I wish that they were doing that work, you know. So the King of Swords, somebody's gaining clarity, though this feels like the masculine energy. They're gaining clarity on something. And that being said, we can trigger our energy itself, seeking itself can trigger this awakening in the masculine too. So the masculine is getting clarity. What on walking the path alone, and the 9 of emotions and their heart's wishes. So it's like their heart is waking up, saying like, I don't want to walk this path alone. And if they don't want to walk the path alone, what do they need to do in order to have a partner, a feminine partner? They need to step up, right? There's masculine energy behind that. They need to step up and be doing the inner work. Women aren't interested anymore in having men that aren't doing that work. So men are only just coming around to this, which is why they're behind, right? So Ace of Swords, so it's like an aha about ourselves leads us on a new path. 4 of Voices, and we've got to relax about it. Nothing is going to come out about quickly. I think it's going to take us a few years to do this. What's behind that? It's all good, but don't worry about it. It's not like you're behind or you're making mistakes. We are on the leading edge here. We're on the threshold of these changes. We're the leaders in it. We're the ones that are pushing this frontier forward. And as such, and the women especially, yeah, it's going to be a frustrating time because we're waiting for them to catch up. We're holding our boundaries and holding that energy, not settling for anything less, and waiting for them to catch up, and we've got to do that, right? And not click on those posts, listening to them going, not all men and no women need to change back to what they were and stuff like that. Just ignore all of that, hold our energy. We know what we want, we know what we deserve, and as long as we have those boundaries in place and don't let anything else in, and when somebody comes in that are kind of showing that, yes, letting them in, having some involvement with them, and then if there's a boundary needs to be put in place, we need to have high boundaries. right now and hold that for the good of everybody. Divine Feminines, wow. Okay. And for the men that are watching as well, that are holding that Divine Feminine energy, you know, there are a few of you watching me, I know you are. And you're having a similar experience with the women too, so it's your fate when you've been doing that work on yourself to want to get involved with the women that haven't got it yet, right? And so I know you're having similar experiences, and the women are too, but it's for the same thing. It's like you're there for the women to catch up too, the ones that haven't caught up yet, for them to catch up. It's not easy for any of us. Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. We have V, victory in some endeavor. We have door, opportunities are waiting for you. We have a ladder, onward and upward towards success. We have a grasshopper, a situation in the balance that requires careful handling. Comes out every day, that, I think. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. We're on the bridge to it now. We're in this change period now. The chrysalis, on the bridge from one reality to another reality, and we're figuring it out how we're creating that new reality, because we do need to create it. It's not just going to come about. Okay, well, how best to deal with these energies today? If you want some personal help on this, go to my website, behealing.com, book yourself in for a reading. I've rolled my prices back 5 years, so you can get my old prices, my 2019 prices, no less. How best to deal with these energies today? Well, chill out, says the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Let the painful things end. Let them just end. Don't try and resurrect them. Don't try and dig them up. Dig those graves up and resurrect them. Don't go backwards. Just chill out and go and recognize everything is in order here. We're on the path to where we want to be. I'm playing my part, and where I am right now is exactly right. It's not exactly what I want right now, but I'm on the path to it right now, and I've played my part. I am trusting my intuition, and I'm doing what's right, and I'm following my heart, and it's going to come about eventually. I am part of the change. There you go, some affirmations for you today. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. What is this bringing up for you? Are you noticing all of this stuff too? Are you part of this? If you want more from me, I'm just seeing how long I've done this reading for. Wow. If you want more from me, sign up for my free class right there. My pick a card reads are out again there as well. So click on those, watch those, and have the best day ever. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.